his performance in the last 2 years of lawmaking in the chamber. The Speaker of the House, Mr. Aminu Tambuwal, listed the successes of the 7th Assembly to include tackling corruption and engaging the executive arm constructively.
Lawmakers in the lower house gathered for their mid-term appraisal of the 7th House of Representatives. The Speaker of the House, in a modest speech, spoke on the success of his colleagues even in the midst of challenges.
The House has been able to expose corruption, inefficiency and waste in governance. Huge sums of money running into trillions of naira have been saved as a result of the robust oversight regime currently in place. Major investigative hearings into fundamental issues were conducted in the period under review, amongst which are fuel subsidy regime, aviation, capital market, non-remittance of revenues by MDAs, and non-implementation of annual budgets.
Professor Jonah Eligo, a political scientist, despite the fact that the legislature has suffered greatly as an arm of government owing to several years of military rule, there's still room for some commendation of the lower house.
The House has been very meticulous in screening the executive's budgetary proposals and its record of budget implementation. From evidence available to me, as an old teacher, I will rate the House 65%, which is a B+ and a second-class upper.
Human rights activist Mr. Femi Falana, who also commended the lawmakers, didn't hesitate to appeal to them to take the issue of the emergency rule in the northeast part of the country seriously.
Some political interests, partly out of ignorance, have questioned the National Assembly for endorsing or for approving the state of emergency imposed on 3 states in the country. I'm saying this because it is very important for all of us that the provisions of the Constitution, particularly Section 305, are not meant for decoration. That provision says, if there is a breakdown of law and order in any part of the country or in the entire federation, the president can impose the emergency rule so as to adopt extraordinary measures to restore law and order.
It does appear that the 7th House of Representatives have a lot more to achieve in the next 2 years. But at least for now, Nigerians can take solace with the fact that the lawmakers present aren't ignorant of the people's hopes and aspirations for a better democracy.
We'll stay with the National Assembly as the 2015 general elections approaches. Senate President David Mark has warned politicians not to allow inordinate political ambition to overheat the polity. Senator Mark, who gave the warning while delivering an address to mark the end of the second session of the 7th Senate, added that overheating the polity 2 years ahead of elections was unnecessary, diversionary and divisive.
Now it is time to speak out once more. Elections are 2 clear years away, yet the coalition of voting personal ambitions is overheating the polity and distracting the onerous task of governance. With so much work yet to be done, we as elected officials should focus on governance and justify our present mandates. Into this vortex mix is being thrown a spate of mindless and distempered effusions that add no value whatsoever to the quest for national cohesion and development. These trends must stop, and we must all remember that the nation is greater than the sum total of its parts.
In other news, the Senate Committee on Petroleum Resources Downstream has warned the Petroleum Products Pricing Regulatory Agency to beware of the return of fraudsters in the fuel subsidy scheme. During an oversight visit to the agency, the committee, led by its chairman, Magnus Abbey, commended the PPPRA for cleaning up the fuel subsidy scheme by reducing the number of oil marketers from 142 to 38 as of December 2012.
We let think that everything has settled and it's business as usual, they will be back. And when they come back, they will put such pressure on you that if you don't do what they say, they may even push you down from where you are and bring somebody who will sign what they told to sign. So all of us must be vigilant. We will not celebrate and then do as if the danger is past. It's not past. All those people that ran away with their privileges, they are hanging around looking for how to come back.
The Northern Governors Forum has declared its support for the Governor Chibike Amechi-led faction of the Nigeria Governors Forum. Announcing the group's position at the end of a meeting of the Northern Governors in Kaduna today, Governor Tanko Almakura of Nasarawa State maintained that the crisis rocking the Nigerian Governors Forum will be resolved internally.
As we are concerned, we had an election and that's all I can say. And democracy has been attained by the conduct of that election, and I remain on that side. I had an election. We had election of the Governors Forum, Nigerian Governors Forum. We have some problem. This is an internal problem that we will solve within ourselves. It's not something that we should externalize and bring other people that have nothing to do with it. It is a family affair, and one way or the other, I can assure you, this matter will be sorted out amicably and within the family of the Governors Forum.
In part two, after the break, Governor Ibikole Amoso of Ogun State inspects ongoing reconstruction of Channels TV Avenue Road, visits Channels corporate headquarters. Stay with us.
As Nigeria becomes the center of gravity and destination of choice for global investors, as we progress to break economic frontiers, MTN is proud to present world-renowned economic advisor Dr. Ram Charan to rub minds with Nigeria's top 100 business and industry leaders on the 6th and 7th of June in Abuja and Lagos. Theme: Private Sector as the Engine Room for Economic Growth. This event is strictly by invitation.
MTN, everywhere you go.
Stop! We don't need to fight to resolve issues. There are 4 cooked brands of spaghetti for you to choose from. Please taste and indicate your preference.
Mine tastes good. It doesn't gum together.
Now, please queue behind your preferred pasta. We have all voted for our favorites. Honeywell pasta.
Honeywell pasta comes with spaghetti and macaroni cuts. Butter the pasta. Bring Honeywell pasta.
I hear the sound of greatness. I hear the wings of the eagles as they rise. I hear the drums from Africa. The cherry crown, sound of victory inside.
Let's open our hearts.
Made of more.
Wherever and whatever your banking needs, Guarantee Trust Bank will be there, now and into the future. Because you're at the heart of everything we do. Guarantee Trust Bank, American, truly international.